Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my low back series. If you find the video useful, please give us a thumbs up so I can keep creating relevant content. Also, hit the subscribe button and the notifications so you know when the next episode is released. Initially, we're going to start off with showing you how to best align the pelvis, then work on the abdominal draw, so how to activate the really deep abdominal muscles. And lastly, I'm going to show you how to combine the pelvic position and abdominal draw with loads of different exercises in order to engage and strengthen the contraction. So a program focused on core control and stabilization, which I'll outline in the video, has been shown to reduce back pain, but also assist the smaller paraspinal muscles in order to stabilize the spine. And that's outlined in the previous video. So if you go back and watch that, then this will make a lot more sense and also be a lot more beneficial to you. So without further ado, let's get started. If you want to speed up the process, there's time codes in the description down below, so you can click on the aspect that best suits you and your ability. First of all, we're going to start off with a pelvic tilt. So what you want to do is tuck the bum under, which shortens the muscles at the front of the body, so the core is more likely to engage, and also lengthens the muscles at the back, so you're less stuck into extension and you're not going to overwork the back muscles. In order to familiarise yourself with the movement, if you do it in line, you can do it on a mat or on the floor, and you just want to really squeeze your back against the floor. Next, we want to feel for the transabs. So feel the bony part of the pelvis and then walk in by 2 fingers and down by 2 fingers. In this area, all of the other muscles at the front are really quite thin, apart from the transverse abs. So you can really sink your fingers in and means that you're able to feel the following contraction a lot easier. In order to perform the abdominal draw exercise, you want to imagine that you're going for a wee and you're stopping yourself mid-flow. Next, you want to imagine there's a marble on your belly button that you're sucking in towards the spine. And lastly, you want to imagine that you're about to fart, but you want to stop yourself. With all 3 of those together, you should feel a slight flicker of activation underneath the fingers. In 2016, Manny conducted a randomised controlled trial that showed that this contraction significantly reduced back pain. In summary, he found that this abdominal drawing exercise led to a lot of transverse abdominal activation. Essentially, this increased intra-abdominal pressure led to improved stability and stiffness of the lumbar spine, showing that these muscles work to protect the spine. So that being said, you want to focus on the contraction, so you should feel that you get a slight flicker of activation underneath the fingers. Feeling that activation, you then want to move the knees, so roll the knees side to side. This is a really good initial step in order to maintain the contraction as well as doing other tasks, as you'll probably have a smaller number of muscles firing initially, so you need to gradually build up the muscles in order to activate quicker and with a harder contraction in order to support and stabilise your spine. You want to keep the back and pelvis completely flat against the floor throughout the exercise, and you really want to make sure that the pelvis isn't rocking over to the side like so. Next, you want to lift 1 foot up, only a millimetre or so this ensures that the hip flexors don't take over the movement, and slide the leg directly down the bed or the plinth. Then you want to do the exact same on the other side. Whilst doing this exercise, you really want to make sure that you're not clamping your teeth and you're not holding your breath and you keep a nice relaxed neck. So these are all compensation strategies for having a weak core. So now we're going to make it a little bit harder by lifting both feet off the floor. And this just means that you have to really engage your core in order to stabilise and keep both legs lifted at the same time. Again, keep the heels as close to the floor as you can the whole time, almost as if you're scraping hairs along the floor. If they're lifted any higher, then again the hip flexors are going to take over and cheat, so you're not using the core. And you'll probably find with this that one side is working slightly harder than the other, so you want to continue this until you feel that you get equal activation in both sides. Additionally, you want to make sure that you still feel the contraction underneath the fingers and that the back's really pressed against the floor, so you don't want to arch the back. And in order to progress all of the exercises, we're just going to use a resistance band. So I'll just do a quick run through of all the exercises we've gone through previously with a resistance band. It makes it harder by taking out the external oblique muscle, so you're doing the exact same exercises with less muscles that are able to help you out. So this works on the transabs a little bit more. Well, there you go. This series is all about how to focus on contracting your pelvic muscles and transverse abdominals to support the spine. But here's what you're going to do next. I've got a video on paraspinal muscles and also a video on balance as well. And the 3 of these videos in combination helps to give you a really good basis to reduce the amount of back pain that you're experiencing and make sure that your spine's really nice and supported. If you haven't already, if you give us a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button so you're notified when my next video is released. Thanks for tuning in.